Hey, welcome to the Explainer. You ever wonder why one crypto gets called digital gold while another is a global computer? Well, today we're decoding the top 5 cryptos to figure out not just what they are, but the unique stories that are going to drive their prices come 2026. Let's jump right in. So, I'm sure you've seen the headlines, right? Bitcoin at $300,000? And it sounds kind of nuts, like pure speculation. But what if there's actually more to it? We're about to unpack the fundamental forces that could make or break these massive predictions. First up, of course, is the one that started it all, Bitcoin. You know, a lot of the biggest players in finance have started to think of it as digital gold. Let's dig into why that analogy is just so important. At its heart, Bitcoin's value really comes from its engineered scarcity. It's secured by a process called proof of work, which, yeah, it's energy intensive, but that's what makes it so incredibly secure. Just like physical gold, there's a finite amount of it. Only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. And that scarcity is really the key to its whole identity. Now, okay, when you look at the 2026 forecasts, you see this absolutely massive range. I mean, the conservative case on the left, that's kind of where we are today. But the bull case on the right sees this huge jump all the way to $300,000. So what on earth could cause that kind of a gap? It really all comes down to a massive tug of war. On one side, pulling the price up, you have huge institutional money that can now pour in through ETFs, unlocking trillions in managed assets. You've also got the halving. This is a pre-programmed event that literally cuts the new supply of Bitcoin in half. But then, on the other side, pulling it down, you have major risks like a global recession or some tough new regulations. It's a classic battle between new adoption and big external risks. All right, on to number 2. And this is where things get really different. If Bitcoin is digital gold, think of Ethereum as something else entirely, a global decentralized computer. Let's see what that actually means for its value. And listen, this is a really crucial distinction. Ethereum isn't primarily about being money. No. It's a platform for building things, decentralized finance, NFTs, the whole shebang. It runs on a much more energy-efficient system called proof of stake. So its value isn't just about how rare it is. It's all about utility. It's about, are people actually using this global computer? And that focus on utility, it creates a totally different set of price forecasts. I mean, we still see a big range here, but the reasons behind it are completely different. A $10,000 Ethereum isn't driven by some halving event. It's driven by adoption and innovation. And this slide really lays it all out. For Ethereum to hit its big bull case, its technology has to get faster and cheaper. Its app ecosystem needs to absolutely explode with users. And on top of all that, it has to beat out a whole field of hungry competitors. So this isn't a story about just storing value. Nope, this is about winning the platform war. Okay, you ready? Let's do a quick, rapid-fire round with 3 specialists. These guys aren't trying to be digital gold or a global computer. Each one has a very specific job to do. First up is Tether, or USDT, and its 2026 price forecast is, drumroll please, $1. And that's the whole point. It's a stablecoin, a digital dollar. Success for Tether isn't about the price going up, it's about how many people are using it, which we measure by its market cap. Okay, next up are XRP and BNB. And with these two, you're not just betting on a piece of tech, you're basically betting on a business. XRP's entire future is tied to the company Ripple winning its legal battles and signing up banks. Meanwhile, BNB's fate is directly linked to the success of the giant crypto exchange Binance. So we've covered a lot. After all that, what's the big takeaway for 2026? What's the one thing you really need to remember from all this? Think of this right here as your cheat sheet. Each of these top cryptos represents a completely different kind of bet. Are you betting on digital scarcity, a global computing platform, a stable digital dollar, or are you betting on the success of a specific company? The bottom line is, understanding the story behind each one is the absolute key to understanding its value. But here's one final twist for you. The rules of the game might be changing. Crypto has always had these wild 4-year boom and bust cycles. But with the big institutions now on the mix, we might start to see a shift to more stable, sustained growth. And that really is the $1 million or maybe the $300,000 question for the future. As these old cycles start to break down, which story is going to win? The scarcity of digital gold, the utility of the global computer, or the real-world business adoption of the specialists? The answer to that is going to define the next chapter for crypto.